Welcome to the San Diego County Academic League, featuring the area's best and brightest high school students. They'll be responding to tough questions in a variety of subject areas, from history to literature to science to math and more. I'm Clark Anthony. Welcome to Academic League here on ITV. 30 years ago in the San Diego area, Academic League began up in North County. And of course, it has spread throughout the county to high schools, and that's what we feature on ITV is competition among those schools. But we are now featuring two teams from the North County, the oldest league in the county. They're in the coastal section. La Costa Canyon, the Mavericks, and San Dieguito Academy, the Mustangs. We will introduce the coaches and then the starting lineups and be underway with our competition. Come on over here. Paul Giuliano is a teacher of AP US History. It's his 5th year coaching Academic League. You have 2 young children at home. Huh?
I do. Eli and Harper.
6 and 3. Great ages, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And when Dad comes home, they monopolize your time, I would imagine.
I'd say so, absolutely.
Good for you. During the summer, he's also a city lifeguard in Encinitas, and my spies tell me you appeared in the film Titanic, obviously a survivor.
That's right. Well, actually, no. I actually perished in the film. Yeah, absolutely.
And you're a lifeguard.
Yeah, well, I had to play a passenger who went down, unfortunately.
Yeah, quickly, how did that happen? Did you audition? Did somebody say, we need somebody who can swim? Or?
They needed lifeguards to come down and just keep an eye on everybody that was going to be pretending to drown. So so they called us up in Encinitas, and we sent a few people down.
Well, good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll have to look for you next time
I
you see them.
I don't make much of an appearance, but I'm in there.
But he makes a splash.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. Would you introduce your starting lineup left to right for us, please?
Sure thing. We're just going to start with Jake Lamons. Jake plays varsity golf, plans to study criminal justice in college, and loves science fiction novels. Next, we have Rebecca Zilberman. Rebecca hopes to study biology in college and wants to become a surgeon someday. She is the managing editor for the LCC school newspaper Mav Life and currently interns at Palomar Medical Center. Then we have Noah Lieserbaum, our captain. He likes to play drums and surfs in his free time. He founded a non-profit organization called Youth Jams and was recognized as a National Merit Scholar finalist this year. So congratulations, Noah. Next, we have Erin Hickok. She is the president of the La Costa Canyon High School Key Club. She's participated in youth and government for 6 years and plans to study international relations in college. Next, we have Carl Block. Carl loves listening to Celine Dion, enjoys playing Trivial Pursuit, and loves math. And that's our team.
All right, very good. Well, good luck to you and the Mavericks. You can take your spot over there.
Thank you very much.
All right, come on over here now, and we're going to say hello to the coach of the Mustang Mines, Michael Santos. Michael, come on over here. It's the Mustangs, so your team is the Mustang Mines?
Yes, they are. Yeah. They're big minds.
Well, and that makes sense, too, yeah. Michael is in his 6th year of coaching Academic League, his 9th year of teaching. He teaches AVID and biology and AP biology. He's science department co-chair. He advises lots of other programs at the school, everything from Honor Society to Fashion Club. He plays sports and video games, and your favorite video game is?
StarCraft 2.
So much better than StarCraft 1.
Oh, definitely.
What do I know about any of that? I also understand that my spies tell me you own more than 90 ties that coordinate with 50-plus dress shirts.
Yes, it's kind of an obsession. Yeah. I have like 4 tie racks, all color coordinated, ready to go.
So tell me, what shirt is this tie really supposed to go with?
This is the number 37 shirt with 40. No, it's not, but really, it's the blue theme today.
That's very nice. I think you pull it off well. So in theory, throughout the entire season, you could change outfits during every timeout by both teams and still have stuff left over, wouldn't you?
I could, especially with the tearaway pants that I have. I'm ready to go.
Okay, it's degenerating now, isn't it? Would you introduce your starting lineup for us, please, left to right?
Sure thing. Nick Fier eats his cereal without milk. He hopes to study music and math at college and wants a gong when he grows up. He also is an avid bear wrestler. Nick Fier is ready for the next level. Daniel David Spiegel has been on the academic team since his freshman year, specializing in math, science, and classical music. He enjoys physics and playing the piano. Daniel has an affinity for cats, and his one and only true love dessert is Turkish Delight. Benji lives by the creed that if you like it, then you should put a ring on it. He also leads the school's thespian club and hopes to teach high school after college. Amber Gallant likes to belt Adele songs while hostessing and is proud of her ability to almost do a backflip. She aspires to study cognitive neuroscience and literature in college and to someday drive down the coast of South America. Her hobbies include reading, writing, and naming inanimate objects after characters in Greek mythology. And Alex Sweat is aspiring to be an environmental engineer. His hobbies include adventuring, fantasy football, and sports. He has always been intrigued by the smell of updog.
I'd like to say I'm never sure just how much of those bios to believe, but I'm gullible. I believe every word of it.
I do too.
Good luck to you and the team. You want to head on over there? It'll be the Mavericks and the Mustangs here. And our moderator for this particular match is George Roswell. He graduated from teaching, retired from teaching 3 years ago. After 37 years teaching mostly at Rancho Buena Vista, things like history, English, theory of knowledge. He's moderated North County Academic League since it began 30 years ago, back in 1983, and he's been the moderator chair of the league for a quarter of a century now. Since retiring, George has been traveling a bunch, and this spring he's a volunteer for Hoag Hospital at the Toshiba Golf Classic in Newport Beach. Moderator Roswell, it's all yours.
Thank you, Clark. All right, teams, everyone hear me okay? Okay, I think we're ready to begin on our first toss-up question. Give the name of the Shakespeare play whose setting is the Forest of Arden. San Dieguito.
As You Like It.
That's correct.
Nice.
Your bonus question, the number 2 can be expressed as the sum of two squares, specifically 1 squared plus 1 squared. Express each of the following numbers as the sum of the squares of two integers. And they are first, 5, second, 8, third, 10, fourth, 13, and finally fifth, 41.
Oh wait, what's the last one? 41. That would be 5 squared plus 4 squared.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you have the rest.
Yeah, 2 squared plus 1 squared, 2 squared plus 2 squared, 3 squared plus 1 squared, and 3 squared plus 3. I'll just separate them.
Your answers, please.
I defer to Daniel.
In order, we have 2 squared plus 1 squared, 2 squared plus 2 squared, 3 squared plus 1 squared, 3 squared plus 2 squared, and 5 squared plus 4 squared.
That's correct on all 5 items for 5 points. And a toss-up question for both teams. Give the 4-letter physics term for the energy found in the form of random molecular And San Dieguito.
Heat.
That's correct. Your bonus question, answer the following questions about sonnets. First, what 2 things do all sonnets have in common? Second, what type of sonnet is divided into an octave and a sestet? And third, which type of sonnet is divided into 3 quatrains and a couplet?
Shakespearean sonnet?
Shakespearean.
Does the other one like
The second one is
Petrarch?
Petrarchian.
Okay.
Petrarchian. And then the 2 things, the heroic couplet at the end, and
I'll just say the couplet.
and
the 14 lines?
pentameter. Oh yeah, 14
14
lines.
lines.
Okay.
Are we sure about the couplet at the end?
Okay, your answers, please.
For the first one, we have an ending couplet and 14 lines. For the second one, we have Petrarchian, and for the last one, we have Shakespearean.
Okay, 14 lines correct with the first, and the other is iambic pentameter. The 2 forms are correct. That's 3 correct answers and 3 points scoring. Toss-up question. Name the Pope who became, and San Dieguito.
Benedict XVI.
That's correct. And your bonus question, identify each of the following novels or novellas which are written by the same author. First, Tom Joad is released on parole after serving 4 years in prison for homicide. Second, George Milton and Lenny Small are itinerant farm workers. Third, Jody Tiflin devotes his attention to the care of Gabalon. Fourth, the Hamiltons and the Trask go through 3 generations of life in Salinas Valley. And finally, the 5th part, give the name of the author of all of these works.
Okay, so what's the third one? Tortilla flat.
Tortilla flat or the pearl?
No, it's not.
Tortilla flat or flat?
Tortilla flat.
Flat. Should we dance now? We have our answers. In order, Grapes of Wrath, Of Mice and Men, Tortilla Flat, East of Eden, and John Steinbeck.
Okay, all correct except the 3rd one, which is the Red Pony. 4 correct answers and 4 points scoring. Toss-up question for both teams. As x increases without bound, what is the limit of the quantity 3x plus 8 over the quantity 8x? And San Dieguito.
3/8.
That's correct. Your bonus question, the characters A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are each written on a different piece of paper and put into a bag. Calculate each of the following probabilities. First, the probability of drawing an even number on one draw. Second, the probability of drawing a letter or a number on one draw. And finally, third, the probability of drawing an A followed by a number on two successive draws without replacement.
So that's 1/4 and 1/4.
5, 8 times 1 half. So that'd be 8 times 16 is what? 5 times 1. Okay.
So do you want me to differ
Your answers, please.
I defer to Daniel.
In order, we have 1/4, 1, and 5 over 128.
Okay, first two are correct. The last one is 5 over 56. Two correct answers, 3 points on the scoring. Toss-up question for both teams. How many cabinet posts did the U.S. Constitution originally establish? And San Dieguito.
1.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. I'll repeat the question. How many cabinet posts did the U.S. Constitution originally establish? La Costa.
3.
I'm sorry.
3.
Yeah, okay. I apologize to you. I'm sorry, it's also incorrect. There were no mention of the cabinet in the original Constitution. Toss-up question. What is the name for a linear molecule, such as those found in detergents and soaps, that has a hydrophilic end and a hydrophobic end? And San Dieguito.
A polar molecule?
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. I'll repeat the question. What is the name for a linear molecule, such as those found in detergents and soaps, that has a hydrophilic end and a hydrophobic end? And La Costa Canyon.
A phospholipid?
I'm sorry, also incorrect. Surfactant. Toss-up question. Give the musical term taken from the Italian for a rhythmic sequence, which is an... And San Dieguito.
Syncopation.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. I'll repeat the question. Give the musical term taken from the Italian for a rhythmic sequence, which is an improvised or written out ornamental passage played or sung by a soloist or soloists within an orchestral composition, often allowing for virtuistic display. A cadenza. Toss-up question. Name the 12th century epic poem which describes... And San Dieguito.
Paradise Lost.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. I'll repeat the question. Name the 12th century epic poem which described the exploits of the Castilian knight Rodrigo Diaz de Vivar. The Song of El Cid. Toss-up question. What is the derivative with respect to x of the expression sine of 5x? And San Dieguito.
5.
5 cosine x.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. I'll repeat the question. What is the derivative with respect to x of the expression? And La Costa Canyon.
5 cosine 5x.
That's correct. Your bonus question. Name the 3 major types of blood vessels in order of highest to lowest blood pressure. Points will be awarded for each correctly placed answer.
All right, so.
So I'm thinking artery would be
Your answers, please.
I defer to Aaron.
For number 1, we have capillary. For number 2, we have artery. And for number 3, we have vein.
Okay, you've got veins in the right place. They are in order again. Arteries, capillaries, veins. 1 correct answer, 1 point. Toss-up question. In which German city were the war crimes trials held following... And La Costa Canyon.
Nuremberg.
That's correct. Your bonus question. Spell, using the English alphabet, each of the following forms of the French verbvoir. First, present participle. Second, past participle. Third, first person present indicative. And fourth, the first person simple past.
No idea.
I'll take French.
Let's just throw out some letters. Void.
Okay. We have our answers. We have VOI for all of them.
Okay. The first is voyant. the second VU, the third VOIS, and the last one VIS. I'm sorry, no points. Toss-up question. What type of upright image is produced by a double concave lens? San Dieguito.
A virtual image.
That's correct. Your bonus question. Name the 3 colors of the French flag, then give the English translation of the 3-word slogan used in the French Revolution.
Loyalty, fraternity, equality.
Red, white, and blue. No, we just said give, right?
Your answers, please.
We have red, white, and blue, and liberty, fraternity, and equality.
Okay, that's correct on all parts for 5 points. Toss-up question. Find the area of an isosceles trapezoid with bases of 10 and 18 if one base angle measures 60 degrees. And the answer is 56 root 3. Toss-up question. Give the 2-word economics term taken from the French that indicate... And San Dieguito.
Laissez-faire.
That's correct. Your bonus question. Name 5 of the countries that were co-belligerent supporters of the Axis powers of Germany, Italy, and Japan during World War II.
Finland? Yeah, Sweden. Because they had Russia. Would it be like Latin America?
Your answers, please.
Romania, Bulgaria, Finland, and Albania.
Okay. Romania, Bulgaria, Finland are correct. The others are Hungary, Iraq, Thailand, and San Marino. So 3 correct answers and 3 points. Toss-up question. Name the airline that will emerge... And San Dieguito.
U.S.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. I'll repeat the question. Name the airline that will emerge as the largest in the United States after it joins with U.S. Airways and the Costa Canyon.
American.
That's correct. Your bonus question. Find the value of each of the following trigonometric expressions. First, secant of 135 degrees. Second, cotangent of 60 degrees. Third, secant of 240 degrees. And finally, cotangent of 30 degrees.
I'm just root 2 and then the other one's 0. I don't know cotangent of that.
Your answers, please.
I defer to Carl.
For the first one, we have root 2. For the third one, we have 0. For the next one, we have root 3 over 2. And the next one, we have root 3 over 2. Or for the second and fourth.
Okay. There are no correct answers. They are in order. First one is negative root 2. The second is root 3 over 3. The third is negative 2. And the fourth is root 3. No points, I'm sorry. And your next toss-up question. Name the author of the plays Major Barbara, and San Dieguito.
O'Neill.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. I'll repeat the question. Name the author of the plays Major Barbara, Arms and the Man, and Pygmalion. Costa.
Shakespeare.
I'm sorry, George Bernard Shaw. Toss-up question. How many flats are there in the key of A flat major? And San Dieguito.
4.
That's correct.
Okay.
Your bonus question. Name 5 of the individual carpal bones of a normal human wrist found between the radius and ulna and the metacarpus.
Carpals, metal carpals, spines, but those are all not in between. I have no idea. Okay.
Your answers, please.
We have semicarpals for all.
Okay. The 8 are the capitate, the hamate, the lunate, pisiform, scaphoid, trapezium, trapezoid, and triquetrum. Sorry, no points. Toss-up question. Give the chemistry term for a hydrocarbon that contains a triple carbon-carbon bond. And San Dieguito.
Alkyne.
That's correct. Your bonus question. Name the 3 American ballets composed by Aaron Copland between 1938 and 1944.
Quaker or something? What's it?
Your answers, please.
We have Appalachian Spring, Fanfare for a Common Man, and Quaker Hymn.
Okay, Appalachian Spring is correct. The other 2 are Billy the Kid and Rodeo. 1 correct answer, 1 point scoring. Toss-up question for both teams. What is the general economics term for a private business firm chartered by the state and recognized as a legal entity apart from its owners? San Dieguito.
A corporation?
That's correct.
I was thinking myself.
Your bonus question, name the author of each of these satirical works. First, The Rape of the Lock. Second, A Modest Proposal. And third, Don Juan.
No, I think it is. No,
We have our answers. In order, Pope, Swift, and Byron.
That's correct on all 3 parts for 5 points. And your next toss-up question, teams. Determine the second derivative with respect to x of the function f of x equals 3x cubed minus 6x squared plus San Dieguito.
18x minus 12.
Correct.
nice.
Your bonus question, name the musicals from which the following songs are taken. First, The Quest and Dulcinea. Second, Tonight and I Feel Pretty. Third, If I Were a Belle and Luck Be a Lady. Fourth, The Lady is a Tramp and My Funny Valentine. And fifth, No Good Deed and Defying Gravity.
They already did. Can you repeat number 4?
The Lady is a Tramp and My Funny Valentine.
Oh, Pal Joey. Yeah. All right, we have our answers. Man of La Mancha, West Side Story, Guys and Dolls, Pal Joey, and Wicked.
Okay, all correct except the 4th one, which is Babes in Arms. 4 correct answers, 4 points. Toss-up question, teams. What is the complete pen name of writer Eric Blair? And San Dieguito.
George Orwell.
That's correct. Your bonus question, name the 3 characters in D.H. Lawrence's The Rocking Horse Winner who bet on horse racing.
Letty, Curly, and Moe. Portraits, Amos, and... Okay.
Answers, please.
Lenny, Curly, and Moe.
You know, how about Bassett, Oscar, or Creswell, and Paul? That's no point scoring, I'm sorry. Next toss-up question for both teams. Name the Florida senator and possible... And San Dieguito.
Rubio.
That's correct.
Nice.
Your bonus question, given the equation y equals 2 sine x plus 4, determine the coordinates of the first 3 relative maximum points on the graph of the function, starting from the origin and proceeding in the positive x direction.
So it's 2
Okay.
cosine x.
Is that
Is
x
the
plus
derivative.
4 in the sign? I guess not.
No,
Doesn't
they
make
would say
sense.
quantity.
Got it, Nick.
So 2 cosine x, and we're looking for a relative. So when this equals 0.
So that's going to be x equals 0.
Wait, x equals, no, x equals pi over 2.
Your answers, please.
I defer to Daniel.
We have pi over 2, 3 pi over 2, 5 pi over 2, and 7 pi over 2.
Okay, I have them all in the form of coordinates. Therefore, the first is pi over 2 comma 6, the second 5 pi over 2 comma 6, and the third 9 pi over 2 comma 6. No points, I'm sorry. Toss-up question, teams. Compute the area under the graph of the function y equals sine of x from x equals 0 to x equals pi over 2. And La Costa Canyon.
-1/2.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. I'll repeat the question. Compute the area under the graph of the function y equals sine of x from x equals 0 to x equals pi over 2.
-1.
I'm sorry, thank you. Yeah, it's correct, yes. And, well,
He wasn't.
stop clock moment. Yeah,
Well,
okay.
you should know indication of calling on me.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. You are correct. I didn't recognize you. Therefore, I'm going to have to disallow it.
Okay. Don't worry about it.
No, there's no
It was
penalty.
a tournament. That's fine.
Toss-up question for both teams. Give the name of the vice president who served under President Harry Truman. And San Dieguito.
Eisenhower.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. I'll repeat the question. Give the name of the vice president who served under President Harry Truman. La Costa Canyon.
Hoover.
Also incorrect. Alban Barkley. Toss-up question. What is the scientific term for the bone structure which houses the brain? And La Costa Canyon.
Skull.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. I'll repeat the question. What is the scientific term for the bone structure which houses the brain? And San Dieguito.
Cranium.
That's correct. Your bonus question. Name the capitals of the 5 states of the 48 contiguous U.S. states which border Canada between Lake Superior and the Pacific Ocean.
New York. Borders, right?
Idaho would be.
Does Maine border? No.
Wait, isn't North Dakota
It's
Raleigh?
between Superior and
That's North Dakota.
Anatona.
Oh, between Superior and Superior.
North
Wait.
Dakota.
Oh, wait,
North
so
Dakota
it's-
is Raleigh.
Answers, please.
I defer to Alex.
Bismarck, Olympia, Boise, Helena, and St. Paul.
That's correct, and all 5 for 5 points. Stop the clock, please. A timeout charge to La Costa, or San Dieguito.
Abstruse. Do you know what that is?
That's difficult to understand.
Abstruse. Do you know what that is?
Hard to understand.
Never mind. Oh, here it is. Abstruse. Difficult to understand. Kind of like you.
Okay, we're back, and our score, San Dieguito Academy 69, La Costa Canyon 8, and we have substitution with both teams, so we'll go first to La Costa Canyon, please.
We'd like to welcome Max Schoenberger and Pierre Fedorowicz.
Okay, welcome. And San Dieguito?
I'd like to welcome Betty Wong and Rebecca Tsai, our martial arts specialist.
Okay, thank you both and welcome. All right, teams, are we ready? And we're back to a toss-up question. What is the name for the branch of linguistics concerned with the meanings of words? And La Costa Canyon.
Semantics.
That's correct. And your bonus question. Identify each of the following biology statements as true or false. First, a tissue is composed of similar cells with similar functions. Second, the rapidity of a nerve impulse is determined by the length of the synapses. And third, lymphatics are part of the circulatory system.
Can you repeat the third one?
Third one, lymphatics are part of the circulatory system.
We have our answers. For number 1, we have true. For number 2, we have false. And for number 3, we have false.
Okay, first 2 are correct. The last one is true. That's 2 correct answers and 3 points scoring. Toss-up question. According to Descartes' rule of signs, what is the maximum number of positive real roots of the polynomial 3x cubed minus 5x squared plus 6x minus 4? And San Dieguito.
1.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. I'll repeat the question. According to Descartes' rule of signs, what is the maximum number of positive real roots of the polynomial 3x cubed minus 5x squared plus 6x minus 4? La Costa Canyon.
2.
I'm sorry, also incorrect. 3. Toss-up question. In physics, give the term for a vector which is equal in magnitude but opposite in direction to a resultant vector. And San Dieguito.
Opposite.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. I'll repeat the question. In physics, give the term for a vector which is equal in magnitude but opposite in direction to a resultant vector. La Costa Canyon.
Negative.
Also incorrect. Equilibrant. Toss-up question. Name the country in which a shock wave from an... And San Dieguito.
Russia.
That's correct. Your bonus question. Name the 3 types of English colonies in the New World.
Charter.
self-governed.
Your answers, please.
We have chartered, self-governed, and queen ruled.
Okay, I can't accept that. Okay, charter is correct for one. Proprietary and royal is the third kind. Okay, so that's one correct answer and 1 point. Toss-up question. Name the Robert Louis Stevenson book in which the characters Ben Gunn, Jim Hawkins, and San Dieguito.
Treasure Island.
That is correct. And your bonus question, identify the period of English literature to which each of the following works belongs. First, Moll Flanders. Second, The Canterbury Tales. Third, Beowulf. Fourth, To the Lighthouse. And fifth, Gulliver's Travels.
Medieval would be Beowulf.
Can you repeat 1 and 2?
First is Moll Flanders, and the second, The Canterbury Tales.
I'll just say romantic, 2 through 4, medieval, and then 5.
And your answers?
For the first, we have romantic. For 2, 3, and 4, we have medieval. And for the last one, we have romantic.
Okay, you get part 2 correct. The first is Restoration. The third, Anglo-Saxon or Old English. The fourth, Modernism. And the last one, Augustan or Neoclassical. And that's one correct answer, 1 point. And to the next toss-up question. What is the term for trips made by government officials at public expense? Junkets. Toss-up question. Compute 5 plus 3 times 6 minus 4. San Dieguito.
16.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. I'll repeat the question. Compute 5 plus 3 times 6 minus 4. La Costa Canyon.
19.
That's correct. Your bonus question. Give the equations for the 2 vertical asymptotes and the single horizontal asymptote of the graph of the equation y equals the quantity x plus 1 divided by the quantity x squared minus 3x plus 2.
I think it's x equals 2 and x equals 1. The vertical are x equals 2 and x equals 1. Then horizontal, they said? Sure. Okay, yeah.
I defer to Carl.
Okay.
For the vertical, we have x equals 2, x equals 1, and the horizontal, we have y equals 0.
That's correct in all 3 parts for 5 points scoring. Toss-up question. Spell, using the English alphabet, the Spanish infinitive, meaning to offer, as in to offer a reward. And San Dieguito.
O-F-R-E-C-E-R.
That's correct.
Nice.
Your bonus question. Identify each of the following styles of architecture. First, popular from the 4th to the 14th centuries in and around Constantinople, it features round arches and low domes. Second, characterized by the pointed arch and the flying buttress, it became popular in France in the early 1100s. Third, this 15th and 16th century style signaled a rediscovery of Greco-Roman designs. And finally, fourth, found throughout Western Christian Europe from 950 to 1200, it features round arches and imposing towers.
We have our answers.
Yes.
Byzantine, Gothic, Neoclassic, and Roman.
Okay, I can accept the first 2. The third is Renaissance, and the last one is Romanesque. And that's 2 correct answers and 2 points. Toss-up question. What city is the capital of the state known as the Empire State? And San Dieguito.
Albany.
That's correct.
Nice.
Your bonus question. Identify each of the following terms associated with graphing functions. First, the name given to the point of a curve at which there is a change in concavity.
Vertex.
Second, the name given to the second derivative of the position function with respect to time. And finally, third, the name for any straight line towards which a curve gets arbitrarily close without touching it.
Okay.
You want to defer to me? Yeah.
I mean, I have it. Okay. We have our answers.
There.
I defer to Daniel.
In order, we have vertex, acceleration, and tangent.
Okay, the second one is correct. The first is inflection point, and the last one is the asymptote. That's 1 correct answer and 1 point. Toss-up question. Name the simple subject in the sentence, 4 tusked mammoths are roaming the planet. And San Dieguito.
Mammoths.
Correct. Your bonus question. If a piano wire is vibrating in its first overtone with a frequency of 880 hertz, what is the frequency in hertz of the following? First, the fundamental tone. Second, the second overtone. And finally, third, the third overtone.
I'm going to go with 660. And can you repeat the initial question?
If a piano wire is vibrating in its first overtone with a frequency of 880 hertz, what is the frequency in hertz of the following?
And can you repeat number 2?
The second overtone.
Yeah.
Answers, please.
I defer to Daniel.
In order, we have 440, 1,760, and 660.
Okay, the first one is correct. The second is 1,320. The third one is 1,760. One correct answer, 1 point. Toss-up question. Identify the type of biological succession which refers to the sequence of community changes that take place after that community is disrupted by natural and the Costa Canyon.
Secondary.
That's correct. Your bonus question, name the 5 characters who died at the Bridge of San Luis Rey according to the Pulitzer Prize winning fictional work of that title.
Okay, just do random names and then speed it up.
We have Paul in there.
All right.
We defer to Aaron.
Joe, Mac, Sarah, Paul, and Excalibur.
Okay. I have Don Jaime, Esteban, the Marquesa of Montemayor, Pepita, and Uncle Pio. I'm sorry, no points. Toss-up question. Give the astronomical term that is the adjective that means of or related to the moon. San Dieguito.
Lunar.
Correct. Your bonus question. Name the continent on which each of these geographical features is located. First, Deccan Plateau. Second, Steppes. Third, Massif Central. Fourth, Laurentian Shield. And fifth, Pampas.
Okay, well, number 2 is Asia.
Should I just do?
The Pampas are Africa, I believe.
Number 3.
Number 5 is Africa.
Okay. And 4, Antarctica.
Yeah.
And the first one.
Try Europe.
Your answers, please.
We have Europe, Asia, Africa, Antarctica, and Africa.
Give me the last 3 again, please.
Africa, Antarctica, and Africa.
Okay. The second one is correct. The first is Asia, the third Europe, the fourth North America, and the fifth South America. One correct answer, 1 point. Toss-up question. Give the name of the author of the novel And Then There Were None. Agatha Christie. Toss-up question. Evaluate the log base 4 of 2. And the Costa Canyon.
1/2.
That's correct.
Dang.
Your bonus question, name the 5 smallest planets in our solar system in order of increasing size by radius. Points will be awarded for each correctly placed answer.
Yeah, I was saying Mercury, Mars, Venus. Mercury, Mars, Venus, Earth.
Then we're good. Are you sure Earth is smaller than
Your answers, please.
We have for number 1 Mercury, for number 2 Mars, for number 3 Venus, and for number 4 Earth.
Okay, those 4 are correct. Neptune is the 5th, and that's 4 points scoring. And timeout, please. Stop the clock. Timeout to San Dieguito.
Monday morning,
Okay, we're back now. Our score, San Dieguito Academy 91, La Costa Canyon 32, and we have substitutes for San Dieguito, I believe.
Closest to my right is the lovely Amber Gallant, and to the right of her is the ever incredible Alex Sweat.
Okay. All right, teams, we're ready. We're back to a toss-up question. Name the Louisiana senator who promised to make every man a king in the great... And San Dieguito.
Huey Stark.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. I'll repeat the question. Name the Louisiana senator who promised to make every man a king in the Great Depression era. And Judge? Okay, La Costa Canyon?
Thurman.
I'm sorry, also incorrect. Huey Long. Toss-up question. Name the comedian portrayed by Barbra Streisand in the Broadway musical and movie Funny Girl. Fanny Bryce. Toss-up question. Give the name of the Pope who officially apologized for the Catholic Church's persecution of Galileo. San Dieguito.
John Paul II.
That's correct.
My guess.
Your bonus question, answer the following questions about the literary work A Separate Piece. First, who is the author? Second, name the athletic hero. Third, name the narrator. And fourth, what was the nature of the accident which crippled one of the characters?
Right then? Is it Gene and Finn?
Gene and Finn.
It's by Noel.
Yes.
Not the author.
Nope, sorry.
All right, we have our answers. In order, Knowles, Gene, Finn, and Falling from a Tree.
Okay, first and last are correct. You basically reverse. The second one is Finney or Phineas, and the third one is Gene Forrester. 2 correct answers and 2 points. Toss-up question. Name the character in Shakespeare's Hamlet who says, neither a borrower... And San Dieguito.
Polonius.
That's correct.
Should know.
Your bonus. Give the name of the traditional binder in each of the following types of paint. First, watercolor. Second, oil paint. Third, tempera. And fourth, encaustic.
Tempera's like wax. Is like watercolor water and oil like wax?
Water.
What was the last one?
Encaustic.
Plastic? No.
Answers, please.
We have water, oil, wax, and plaster.
Okay, could you be more specific on number 2?
Olive oil.
Okay. They are in order gum arabic. I could take either linseed oil or flaxseed oil. Egg yolk and wax for the last one. No points on the scoring, thank you. I'm sorry. Toss-up question. Name the musical instrument made of 2 shell-shaped pieces of hardwood, ivory, or fiberglass. And La Costa Canyon.
An ocarina.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. I'll repeat the question. Name the musical instrument made of 2 shell-shaped pieces of hardwood, ivory, or fiberglass, which are held in the hand and struck together in rapid manner, usually for traditional folk dances. San Dieguito?
Maraca.
Also incorrect. Castanets. And that is our match.
All right, well done. A lot of correct answers to some really tough questions. I told you it was kind of like Jeopardy, but a little bit tougher. One thing you might be wondering about, and I thought I maybe should explain this. Sometimes you'll notice the moderator starts a toss-up question and gets out like 2 words, and somebody calls out the answer, and we think, wait a minute, I didn't even hear the question. Well, not all of the academic leagues use current events, but North County does. So chances are when you hear what Florida senator or what Pope or which cruise line, it's something that was in the week's news, and these students are all over those questions. So that's why they get answered before we even know what we're talking about. Anyway, our final score, San Dieguito Academy 98, La Costa Canyon 31. We'll see you again next time for more Academic League right here on ITV. Thanks for watching.